And amid a surge in cases in Georgia, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, who tested positive for COVID-19 herself, issued an executive order overnight making mask wearing mandatory in her city. And joining me now is Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Mayor, first of all, we all, of course, want to know how you and your family are doing after contracting the virus.
Well, thank you for asking and thank you for having me. I'm having normal symptoms that go along with my seasonal allergies. My child is also asymptomatic. My husband, on the other hand, has lost 20 pounds in less than a week, and he's still sleeping quite a bit. But thankfully, his oxygen levels are good, and hopefully he's on the road to recovery.
I know that you said that it took 8 days after your initial test results before you got them back. So you, for 8 days, did not know what your test results were after your husband and you know that your child were going to test positive. How do you feel about those kinds of delays?
It's frustrating. And the reality was that I got tested simply because I had attended the funeral of Rayshard Brooks and just decided to get my family tested at the same time, but simply because I could. I didn't get those results back until 8 days later. By that time, my husband was not feeling well. He was sleeping a lot. I can't even say it was so much he wasn't feeling well. He was just sleeping a lot. We got tested again. I got those results back the same day. The next day, I got the previous test results back and saw that my child was asymptomatic. So we had an asymptomatic child in the house. My husband and I at that time were negative. This is the story we are hearing all across America. And certainly had we gotten those results back sooner, then we could have taken additional precautions because my husband and I were both negative at that time.
And you had subsequently been with your mother, who is older, obviously. Do you know whether your other children have any positive results?
Well, thankfully, we've all now been tested. My mother is negative, and 3 of my other children are negative as well. And this is the frustrating part about COVID, and it's really not a big mystery as to why we can't get to the other side of this as a country. We have to perfect this testing, and Donald Trump has to take responsibility for us being able to get rapid testing in this country, because it's the only way the asymptomatic people like me will be able to quarantine and not inadvertently expose other people to this virus.
You're now going up Governor Brian Kemp in that you are now requiring by executive order that people wear masks in Atlanta. You're prohibiting non-essential gatherings of more than 10 people. You're going well beyond what the governor is requiring for Georgia. Why are you doing that, and how can you maintain those mandates when the governor is not doing it for the rest of the state?
The governor is not doing enough for our state, and his leadership has been irresponsible. We opened up very quickly. We are now seeing the results of that. Our COVID numbers are as high as they've ever been. I followed the lead of other mayors across our state, including Van Johnson in Savannah, who mandated that masks be worn in Savannah. And so he did that a week prior. I wanted to wait and see what the governor's response would be to that. That mandate has not been challenged, and so Atlanta has followed suit. And we have to continue to take responsibility for ourselves, because there's a lack of leadership in our state, and there's a lack of leadership from the White House. And unfortunately, our governor and the president are on the same page.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.